What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Right? Actually, 1 minute late, but pretty much on time. How's it going, everyone? Mark here, coming to you live from my office in Carlsbad, California. Those of you guys who don't know where the Zoot headquarters is, we are in Carlsbad, which is just probably 30, 40 minutes north of San Diego proper, like downtown San Diego or the airport. So it's called North County. It's a bit of an overcast day today. We're right into the May gray and the June gloom. It actually was kind of raining down here, so we did not get a lunch ride in, which is kind of a bummer. But whatever. We ride this weekend, I guess. John, happy long weekend. That's right. We do have Memorial Day coming up, so hopefully you guys get to spend a little bit of time doing what you love with the ones you love. So today we do have a special guest. Sam Long is coming on today, but he did send me a message that he had another obligation, and so he's going to probably be a couple minutes late. So I'll waste some time for about 5 minutes, and then if he hasn't got on, I'll send him a quick message. So a couple of things I wanted to quickly touch base on. They're partner things, and I know I talked about this last week, but guys, this hyper ice, if you guys I sent Dana one, and I think Kevin won last week. They won the little thing, but this little heated adapter doohickey thingamajig for the Hypervolt is so nice. I've been using it so much. It like heats up super nice, and then you put it on and it soothes really good. Oh, there he is. He's in the waiting room. So real quick, I saw Kevin Driscoll on there. So those of you guys who did your custom pre-order for the Rudy glasses, they are shipping this week. Rudy Project, they're air freighting them from Italy. That's where they're made. They're going to ship them to you guys hopefully this week. And they are having, and they asked me, Chris sent me a message today, asked me to share with you guys. If you haven't seen it, I did post it on this page. They are upping your discount to 40% through Memorial Day. So if you guys specifically are looking for some new sunnies or something, go for it. And if you guys want a helmet, go for it. We will be offering a Team Zoot wrap, but that's through Birdworks, so you still have to buy the helmet. If you guys want to wait and save on a little bit of shipping, wait, go for it. But also, I don't know if we're going to send an email out on these things, but we did get some new hats in stock that are kind of cool. Like this one, I'm a big Toyota guy, so I was actually, this was my input right here, going through some Toyota. So check them out on the website. They are live. And then we do have some new, really cool, just in time for summer, some of the tech summer hats. These aren't out yet. They haven't arrived, but these are just the samples, but they're coming. I love running these hats. These things are perfect. So that's it. Hey, Justin, FYI, Dana won it, and she's giving away at the weekend camp. Legend. Yes, she is a legend. So I see this guy in the waiting room. Look, he's warming up. He's doing stretches, getting ready for this. Mr. Sam Long, yo himself. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? Hello, everyone.
Sam, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. I've been told I have to make sure I don't get too excited and don't yell because the baby is sleeping.
Oh, yeah, maybe go outside. We want to see you excited.
Yeah, I've got strict orders. I mean, I'm in like a separate part of the house, but anyways. Still.
Now you guys. So those of you guys who don't know, most of you guys know Sam. Sam is part of Team Zoot. He is on our elite roster, and he is kicking ass this year. You're on fire. You're on a super good roll, which is really cool. A lot of second places. You've been pretty much been on the podium on every single race that you've done, and then you're just coming off a win at St. George, and not only a win, it was like a pretty dominant win. So it must have been a big confidence boost for you, right?
Yeah, it's been a great year. It's been a super fun time. Yeah, it's been how many times have I raced? I've raced like I think 5 times this year. and I have 2 wins in 3 seconds. So pretty stoked with that.
Oh, yeah, I think it doesn't get much better than that. Mr. Consistency, I think, is going to be your new name. And so you're in, and Sam lives in Tucson. He's a proud new homeowner. So congratulations. So is it a little bit easier now that you have like you have your own house now that you could like settle in, and you've gotten all that out of your way? And because it's pretty, I mean, most of the people that are watching, most of you guys have bought and sold houses before. Like it sucks, right? Like it's awesome, but it's like super stressful.
Yeah,
right?
it's a lot of stress. Yeah, it's a lot of stress. And actually, that's why I wasn't sure I was going to do St. George, because the move-in was like, what was it? It was 10 days before St. George. And I also had just gotten back from Singapore. So I got back from Singapore that Monday, and then the move-in was Thursday. So like, I literally didn't get any training done for a week there. It was like, get over jet lag, and then it was pack boxes, move, unpack boxes. Of course, I threw my back out in the move. Actually, Mark texted me like, "Are you coming to St. George?" Because we wanted to do a photo shoot, and I was like, "Absolutely not! I'm not coming to St. George. I feel like death." That's pretty much what I texted you, didn't I? I was like, I've never felt worse in my life. And then the body came around, and then I was like, okay, let's go. And then maybe the rest even helped, because then it was maybe my best race ever.
Yeah, ever. Wow, that's
honestly, I think it might have been like the numbers on the bike were definitely the best ever, and then to run as well as I did on that course off was pretty serious.
Well, I feel like I mean, you did it in Milwaukee. I feel like you're pretty good at just be like, you know what, screw it, let's go. I'm gonna race and let's see how it goes. Which I think is really cool about it.
This one was actually nothing compared to Milwaukee. Ever since Milwaukee, I'm like, I can manage anything, because that was like, my son was born 48 hours before the race, and it was like a night birth. So I was literally up till like 3 a.m. in the hospital, and then trying to sleep in a hospital bed 2 nights before, and then the next day flying on a plane, and then raced, and I and still did like super well. That I was like, ever since then, I'm like, it's good and it's bad, because now I'm like, whatever comes, I can tackle it, which is good. But then sometimes I think maybe I'm like overconfident with it.
Yeah, that's good though. That's good to be. And I've seen you race now a number of times, and I remember. So you came off the bike, and if anyone's ever seen me out on the race course, I apologize to the rest of the Team Zoot members, because usually by the time the pros go by, I'm yelling like I yell pretty loud. Like I'm pretty loud anyway. And then like I get super stoked just seeing you guys race. So my voice is pretty much dead by the time the age groupers start coming around, because I've yelled at you guys so much. But I remember you coming up that off the bike. There's, for those of you guys who have not done St. George, and for those of you guys who have done that race, no matter what the course change is, that you're coming in off the bike. There's like there's like 2 right-hand turns that are like 90 degrees. And you just come flying in transition, and then you got to run up that first hill, and it's 2 laps. And I remember this year I was like taking pictures, and it was kind of cool because you were the first one out. So I was able to get in the middle of the road, like right before you, but you stuck your tongue out, and you were smiling, and you stuck your tongue out, and you were flying up the hill. And I was like, I told Sean, I was like, oh dude, Sam, he's in a good spot right now. He's like, it seemed like you were just everything was clicking, which was so great to see. And then you kept that up the whole time, which was pretty cool to see. But I love seeing the the tongue out, you were just the expression, and then just really having fun, which was pretty cool. And you even had time to finish, cross the finishing line, and then get your medal, and then come back out and high five the crowd. And I think you had a few minutes to spare. You were kind of going around a little bit, and then you came back in before the second place guy finished, and he didn't look nearly as good as you do, because I thought he might start seizing on the carpet at the end. It was pretty bad, because it was a pretty hot day there. But it was so stoked to see you see you race. And then, I do want to get a little bit into the dark side stuff and into San Francisco, and then answer some questions that some of the team members who are or joining us may have for you. But before we go on to that, I do want to say that you have to, you got a little bit of a competition, and you're currently not number one in one department right now. So you have some stepping up to do. Oh wait, where is it? Right here. You see that right there, buddy? It's official.
Number one dad.
Number one dad.
Number one dad.
Right here. I got that this morning, dude. You can't take it away from me.
Well, so you already got that for Father's Day.
Yeah, my kid's school, he gets out next week, so they push up Father's Day, the Father's Day celebration, but it's official. Number one dad in the world. I'm taking that, so you're gonna have to take it from me if you want the number one spot.
Yeah.
So I'm sure by the time your Leo gets there, I'll be dethroned. But I'm just saying,
Yeah, he got a few years because he can't draw or create anything yet. So, he can't try and overthrow it.
Yeah. Yo, the big unit high five you after the swim in St. George. Did they high five you, Chris? Did Sam high five you? I don't know. I didn't. Receive my dark jacket running kit. Okay, I want to talk about a little bit about dark side before we go into like your next race and what your kind of like your days are looking like right now. But for those of you guys who don't know, we started this a few years ago with our some of our pros, the signature series, and it really kind of has taken off with Sam over the last 2 years. I think the first one was like. That one was a really cool. I like that design, that like splatter paint design that we did time. But one thing that's really cool about working with these athletes with different personalities and with our design team, and kind of like with you guys with the Team Zoot kits that we make and stuff, we're always changing stuff. We're dropping new designs, but with the association with these athletes, like some of the kits, like, they come to us and they're like, I want like elements of this. I want these colors. Like, this is what I'm really thinking this year. And we were just looking at these kits for like this kit would sell to like the public because it looks so cool. So we started doing these signature series kits, and it's really taken off with Sam. And started with the splatter kit. We did the splatter kit, the American Rebel, the Flamingo kit last year, and now the Dark Side. So, it's got skulls on it. It's still got pink. You're still married to the pink a bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, once you go pink, you can never go back, right?
Yeah, still married to the pink. Do you still have your pink bike, by the way, or did you?
No, I don't actually. I don't have the pink bike anymore. Actually, another pro rode it at St. George. Believe it or not, they were there on my pink bike.
Who was it?
Just Josiah Maddow. He's like an Xterra legend. He's won Xterra World Champs.
Oh, really?
He's like 45 now, and he wanted it. So, and he still races as a pro. So he was there on it, which was pretty cool to see the bike again.
I was hoping you'd say Reed was on your bike, but
yeah.
My boy Reed. Shout out to Reed if he hears this thing.
Yeah, Reed doesn't want to be with any of the people I'm sponsored by.
What's that?
He doesn't want to be on any of the stuff I'm sponsored by. I guess it's like a thing. I don't know.
Thanks, Quinn.
Of course.
Yeah. So here's the kit. Here's the inline version of the kit. So we launched this weekend. So thanks, Quinn. That was very nice of you bringing the kit in. So basically you came to us at the beginning of this year, and you were like I want to switch it up a little bit. I'm a little bit serious now. Not that you weren't serious before, but you kind of wanted to showcase it, right? So like,
yeah,
what was the thought behind the design of this kit?
Yeah, so things really, right. I think we have to start with, like, I was wearing flamingos last year. We called that the Vice collection, and that was really kind of like embracing the fun side of my personality of like being unique and different and really almost kind of flamboyant. And then, then having a kid started to change things. And then, buying a house and getting a mortgage, and I was kind of like, whoa, like, triathlon before was like everything could just be fun. But now it's like I really like legitimately have to have to perform in order to provide for everyone around me. And so it's like there is no choice. Like when I go out there and race, I have to get it done. And I also would find like sometimes when I would race, I think it's normal for us to go to a deep, dark place as athletes, right? Like you have to find something inside of us, and that something inside of us is all different, that really pushes us to go when it gets hard and when it gets long and when we get tired. And I just felt like that Vice kit was like, that's more of like the party kit that I would wear after I win the race, right? Like, let's wear that to the bars as we're drinking Manhattans. But this is now the kit that's like, I want to put this on. And it's basically like just saying, hey, do whatever you need to do in order to perform and embrace whatever emotions and go to that place that's going to get the best out of you. And sometimes, then what's interesting about this year is like every race I've been the most positive I've ever been. And here I am wearing skulls, and I'm like,
do you think that's because you've been racing well, or do you think you've been racing well because of that?
Yeah, chicken and the egg. I think it's both. I think at the start of the race, like you've seen me at the start of Oceanside, I'm super like hyped up and amped up and really embracing that dark side. But then I think both exist in a race, because I think when you see the fans or some bright moment happens, it's like you got to come out of that pain cave and it's like, whoa, this is amazing. But then there's way more moments in the race where it's like your head down, there's no fans out there, and you're just having to like nose to the grindstone. So I think both actually exist, but I definitely try and be like this year, like even if the races weren't going well, to try and be positive. Like I think also once you cross that finish line, like the dark side has to go away. It's like whether it was good, bad, or ugly, it's like you have to go back to real life, and you want to find positives in the race no matter what.
Yeah, I feel, I personally, when I see you guys race, like I love when, even if you're not in the lead, right? I love seeing the smile get cracked, and just at the end of it, it is your career, and it is your profession, and you're making a living out of this. It's still triathlon, and I feel like and this is not, I'm not diminishing any of your hard work, but you are, let's just face it, dude, you're a mutant. Like you're gifted with this like mutant, like whenever I talk to anyone else about you, they're like, I don't know, Sam's a mutant. Like he crushes, like no matter what, and I don't even want to like, I tell my wife, by the way, like, oh, I gotta stay kind of fit, like just in case, like I happen to go out on a bike ride with like a pro or something like that. But there is like no way I would ever want to like even a super casual ride, because I know what kind of watts you're putting out just like normally. But and it is really cool to see you harness that, that talent, and then combine it with all the hard work that you do, just to really like sharpen that sword that you have, that is your body. And then like, kind of, because in the race, there's so many things that have to come together. And you guys know this as age groupers, and working and having kids, and, having all that stuff. And like, just to get to, and we pay for this, right? And, you do too in a way, but like just to get to the start line, I feel like kind of is a win, like in itself, like just to show up, like to show up and not be sick, or like, oh, I injured my leg or my knee or my hip. And like, it's kind of already a victory. So I think we lose sight of that sometimes. But like when I see you racing, and like that was I looked at that video a few times. I have it, the video that we took, you were going up the road to St. George, and I was like, dude, look at his tongues out. Like, that's dope. And like, it's just so fun. It's fun to see you enjoying the suffering, right? With a smile. So.
Totally. Yeah. And I guess that is because at first, remember, when I was coming to the themes, I was like, okay, it's sort of like a Jekyll and Hyde kit, right? Mm-hmm. Like you got the good side and you got the bad side. And it's that basically like in a race, they both exist like in the same place, right? And that we're sort of like fighting with each other. And so that's why it's like there are the skulls, but there's still tons of elements of this kit that are like super positive. I mean, you have like a pink to red flame fade thing on the arm, you know what I mean? Like it's like it's got so much positivity still really there in the kit that's like that it shows that like at all time, and maybe that's even more what it is. It's like we've got that the dark side and the light side, and that within a race, especially when things go negative, you got to get yourself like through that dark side so that you can still find the light, you know?
Yeah. Aaron ordered some stuff, and I don't know if you guys know this, and this kind of goes with all of our athletes and within the Team Zoot stuff. You know, you guys get the discount on the gear, but like it is kind of a really cool way to support these pro athletes. And I'm sure, Sam, that when you see someone, you know, now you'll hopefully see some people either racing or training or on Instagram, you know, with, you know, hashtag Team Zoot, and they're wearing their dark side kit. I'm sure it has to make you feel like a little like super stoked, right? Just to see that out in the world.
Yeah, it feels. I don't know if anyone's on the call that's seen me, but when I see them at races, I almost always try and say yo 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 to them. Like if it's a multi-loop course and I come by on the bike, I'll say yo yo yo, or we're crossing on the run. I almost always say something, and it's just like, yeah, it's one of the coolest things that can happen, and it never gets old. It's still always one of the coolest things.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I'll be saying, maybe I'll say it in Oregon when I'm smoking these fools that are commenting right now. Chuck, what's up? I'm coming for you, bro. I think Nick, these are two of our team captains, and I believe Nick is racing this weekend. So good luck to you, Nick, my friend. But yeah, it's so fun, and to see you. Maybe that's why I believe, you know, just from my outside observation, why so many people like enjoy watching you as an athlete in our sport is because you're super serious, and you do have that like super razor sharp killer mentality, but then you balance it with like fun and like us, you know what I mean? Like it's so cool to see. But you know, it's just a testament, maybe, I don't know, not to your, probably to your parents, which are two lovely people as well. Is your dad still riding a lot or what?
Yeah, we gotta get them the new dark side stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Did your I wonder if your friend got his yet?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think he's got it yet because I haven't gotten a message. Did it go out already?
It went out already. I don't know. You should tell the audience what we did.
Yeah, so you know, I sometimes take advantage of my signature series, and I say, okay, you got to send it to a few people. And I had a dear friend that I know would really like this kit this time. He's the top on the list, and that dear friend is Mr. Lionel Sanders. So you know, we wrote a custom note that said, thanks for all the motivation all these years. And then it's signed by a longtime fan.
I hope he reads that part. And it was so funny because I asked Sam for his address, and I put Lionel Sanders, and I put the second strongest legs at triathlon for the company name. So it has his name, the second strongest name is triathlon. So we'll see if he wears it, which will be pretty funny. You know, because we like to, you know, it's great that you guys, you know, have that banter back and forth, which is really cool. So, okay. So Leo is how many months old now?
He's about to be 10 months.
Okay. 10 months. He's sleeping pretty good still.
Yeah. We're on like 2 weeks and 5 days of all through the night.
All right. And it's gotta be a little bit hard for Laura. I mean, you're traveling a lot, and how many hours are you training per day right now? Like what's a typical day? Like what did today look like for you? And those of you guys, you can follow Sam. I don't know if I'd follow you on Strava because it kind of like it stokes me out, but it kind of depresses me because every time you post a ride or a run, you have a crown pretty much. And I'm just like, dude, you got to relax a little bit, man. So what did today look like for you?
So today's the easy day. So today I woke up at 5:30, which was actually sleeping in a little. I'm normally up at 5, and then I left the house at 6. I ran 9 miles, and then I went directly to the pool, and then I swam 5,000 long course meters. And then I came back, and then Laura was like, it's my turn to go train. So then she trained, and I was on baby duty for a few hours. And then I took Leo to his swim lesson. And then, then I'm back, and now I'm doing this. But I actually still have to go to the pool after this for the double swim, because that's Friday routine, yeah.
Oh, geez. And no nap within that.
This is currently the nap time, yeah.
Oh, I apologize. Look, you guys, thanks, Sam, for taking his nap out. That'll, as you get older, you'll be like, no, I need to take a nap. I mean, I could only imagine if I swam 5,000 and I was going to swim again and a 9-mile run. Oh, geez, that actually would never happen. But I assume I'd be super, super, super hungry. So maybe that's why you're a professional. Again, you're a mutant, and we're just mere mortals, which I think is really cool to see and to watch you guys. You pro men and women that race. It is really, I mean, when it gets down to it, it is really amazing, because everyone that's on the live right now and people that are going to watch this later, we've all done a triathlon. That's where we're on Team Zoot, so we all know how hard it is, and to see you MFers finish. When I race with the pro, if I'm at a race and it's a pro race, like a 70.3, you guys are coming in and I'm going out on the run.
Yeah,
I still have to run a half marathon. And just to see how fast you guys could do it is so amazing.
Totally. I remember at Ironman Arizona 2 years ago, I had a horrible day, and my back gave out, so I spent like 15 minutes on the ground stretching my back out on the run, and I finished in I think it was 10th place or 9th place. And I was just like in the worst. That's why I've come a long way. I was in the worst spirits possible. But then that night we went to Culinary Dropout with Mark, and, he was telling me I think I went 8:18 or something. I went 8:18, and Mark was like, and I'm like, that was the worst performance in the history of mankind. And I'm, basically a sack of poop. And Mark's like, dude, you still went pretty darn good.
Yeah, you can't win them all, right?
No, you can't win them all.
Impossible. That is impossible. So, I mean, it's just like anything in life, take this, if I did what you did today, that wouldn't even be a small victory. That'd be a massive victory.
Big victory. Yeah.
So just like Karen.
It's you can't win them all today. So you gotta, sometimes you have bad days, but you still realize, okay, they're in the grand scheme of things, they're not that bad.
Yeah, dude. If you ever need motivation, you know who to call. I could motivate you, and I can get you out of your headspace. This is to everyone's. Okay, Sam, how old are you, Sam?
I'm 28.
Okay, 28 years old. How many years have you been a pro triathlete?
Well, let's see. I think I went 2016, I think, or 2015. 2015. Dude.
So you've been living as a pro triathlete through your 20s, and you're still in your 20s. You have a beautiful soon-to-be wife. Yeah, way above you, by the way. Yeah, beautiful baby boy. You just moved in a house. You're traveling the world. You're already just, if you didn't do anything else, if you stopped right now, you hung it up, that would be a major life win. It's really cool and really inspiring. And I think that's why we all look up to athletes and people that do what you do for a living, which is really, really cool. And also people like Meg, she just crushed Chattanooga.
Let's go.
It was really cool to see. I love following all you guys, by the way, on Instagram as well, and seeing what you're doing, which is pretty funny. So we got the dark side, guys. These are we'll probably do one reorder maybe on the dark side, depending how the inventory is. I saw a message in the chat. We didn't do men's briefs for this collection. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I don't set the collection. I don't select the patterns. But we did do some jammers. So get on that. And then Sam, are you a jammer or a brief guy?
Brief, yeah. Yeah, Bree.
It's probably because Sam has an actual swim sponsor, so we won't get into that, everybody. But
Yeah, that's the funny thing. My swim sponsor won't make me a custom jam, brief or jammer, and you guys do, but I'm not allowed to wear it.
They could have them call us. I'll charge them full pop, and then we'll make some custom jammers for you. We already have the pattern. Don't worry about it. But it is a limited collection, guys. So if you want, and it's a really great way to support Sam and his family. So even if it's just everyone needs a running shirt, I suggest you guys check out if you don't have a long sleeve Sunstop run tee, like that's the thing to get. Like it's super cheap, plus with your discount, and it's like I've been running quite a bit, by the way, Sam. I might be coming for you. So I'm trying to slim down a little bit. So my running is holding up and my hip is holding up. So I'm stoked on that. So, all right, let's see what else we got. We have some comments in there. I think I wanted to, here you go. Okay, hold on. A lot of comments. Jeez. There was a comment about if there's any course, where was that one? Well, let's answer Kevin Driscoll. Kevin, by the way, is a crusher, and he just did Chattanooga, which is pretty curious. When traveling to a race in a different time zone country, how early do you like to get there, and how do you know you have adjusted to the time difference?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think it depends how far you're going. Generally, first off, it's always easier to travel west than it is to travel east. So like if you're traveling west, it's usually, especially with the Ironman races, they're always super early in the morning. So like if we look at the US, if you live on the East Coast and you're traveling, say, to Oregon, like that's likely going to be a very easy change because you'll get there and you'll naturally be waking up at like 4 in the morning or something, which is fantastic for these Ironman races because that's what time you have to be up. But if you travel to the east, it's like the opposite problem because then, oh man, those mornings come fast and early. But in general, like I prefer to prepare in my own house. I'm just way more comfortable in my own house. So like ideally I get there as late as possible with time to adjust. So like in the US, I usually like 2 or 3 days. In fact, yeah, I drive the Zoot guys crazy because they're like, hey, come on out to Oceanside. I'm like, yeah, I get there Thursday night. They're like, what? That doesn't give us time to do anything. But then like, yeah, if I try like to Singapore, I got there this year. I was there like 6 days before, which was enough time, I'd say, to adjust to the time zone. So it's kind of balancing like being in your own house and sleeping better in your own bed, eating your own food versus getting adjusted to the time zone and the climate and all that. And everyone has sort of their own unique sweet spot for that.
Yeah, it's funny that you talked about that. And since I started wearing this Garmin, a while ago, sleeping, and they have like your sleep metrics, your HRV, and it gives you like a sleep score every morning. And like when I'm traveling, like we were just in St. George, and I was in a super comfortable bed. We had like a killer place, and it was all to myself, and it was great. But I was still sleeping like crap. And I don't know if it was just because it is somewhere new. So I understand, I get that you kind of you're probably going to recover better at home. So that the more you can do that, the better.
Yeah, I actually had to stop wearing. I was like wearing an Oura ring last year to track all that stuff to races, and then it just got me in a total head funk because I'd go to the races and it's like, oh, your sleep's horrible, oh, your resting heart rate's horrible, oh, your HRV is horrible, oh, this means your performance is going to suck. Like every single time you travel, it just says that. That I was like, nope, I don't want to see it. I'm just going to like mind over matter. Like I'm traveling to the race and I'm going to be okay, and I don't want the thing to tell me that I'm going to suck, Yeah,
that's a good point. Maybe take off your watches and your sleep metrics when you're racing. It's pretty fun. Justine has a good question. Sam, what triathlon course do you have a vengeance with, and why?
Yeah, that's a great question. So for me, that's Oceanside, because Oceanside, this year I did pretty good. I did pretty good. I got second. which I was pretty happy with. But I've gone there so many times, and every other year it was like a disaster. Just all sorts of stuff happened, and I think it's a race that I've always wanted to win so badly that I'm like, I need to win that race. And then this year, like, I put out a fantastic effort at that race, but Lionel just came out and he was just the better man on the day. And so anyways, now I have to go back yet again.
So I see. That's maybe why you're an elite athlete, and I'm just a chump. Because I would have been like, oh, Stoke was second, and you're like, no, I want to go back and dominate it. That's a good perspective. Oceanside Hearts early in the year. It's usually pretty cold, and it's not an easy course, right? By any means, they got a little bit of climbing on the bike, and then you got those little kickers on the run.
Yeah, I think it's a tough course for big boys or big girls. It's a tough course, like if you're a bigger athlete, because all the hills are like really short and, well, not that short, but they're really punchy and steep. So like your weight's really being pulled down by gravity, and then you don't really carry your momentum over any of the hills. So then it doesn't like roll over into the next. So I think that's partly why it's been hard for me to do well, because like St. George, for example, is way more hilly, but you can kind of carry your speed over and into the next. And so then like I actually biked about the same at Oceanside and St. George, but in St. George I rode like 5 minutes into everyone, and there like everyone just was able to stay with me.
Yeah, you're putting out like I think I saw your post and stuff, but what did you end up putting up like your wattage like through Snow Canyon?
I think it ended up being, it was like 385 or 386. I think it ended up being.
Slacking, bro.
Yeah, slacking. It was supposed to be over 400, you know.
All right. Michael Flowers says, Mark, you need to model the kit so we can see what a normal person looks like. Michael, I do not look like a normal person. I am a specimen. Sam might be a mutant. I am a complete specimen as a human being. Congratulations, Sam. Which triathlon course do you have? Okay, yeah, we just answered that one. Young Fraser Williamson. Sam is awesome. Thanks for taking the time to talk with me a minute after dinner, after winning St. George. Yeah, Sam, that's why, every time I see Sam and he's like talking with people, I've been to dinner with him a few times and hopefully a few more. It's crazy because like you recover so fast, even on the day, and you're like, you're like, and I was just spectating. I was just wasted. I was just burnt, and you have all this energy, which is pretty cool. But and I do always see you like take the time at least to say hi, which is pretty cool. That was a fun dinner. That was a fun dinner. Well, we're gonna do some more, and if those of you guys who don't know, Sam's, if you see a guy, he's older. I mean, he's not that old, but he's older than Sam. Obviously, it's Sam's future father-in-law. If you see him at a race, you gotta this is the coolest dude. Les might be one of the coolest dudes that ever walked the face of this earth. Yeah, exactly. And he's almost always got the original yo tee on. He's always got that on, the white shirt, and you'll see him. And if you can figure out what he looks like, and if you went up to him and you said, "Hey, what's up, Les?" he would be like so stoked. It would be unbelievable. Dude, Les he is a legend, and he is part of your team, which is a really, I'm sure is a really crucial point and a crucial key to your success, which is pretty cool. What's your bucket list? There we go. Bucket list race from Julie here. Yeah. I mean, I've got so many of them, right? I try to go to so many races all over, but there's still always so many good races to go to. I mean, I've loved going down to South America. I've loved going everywhere. I'm going to be going to Australia soon for my first time racing in Australia. So that's going to be really, on the Great Barrier Reef. That's going to be cool. Is this news? Are you breaking this now? Are you breaking this now? Suck it, Pro Tri News. You heard it here first, everybody. That's why you got to come on the Zoot live stream, Suck it, Pro Tri News. You can tell Talbot, suck it, Pro Tri News. So let's tell this real quick. So you're heading to Australia. Is Can we talk about this?
Yeah, I actually just put a YouTube out like 30 minutes ago, so technically it's been broken, I guess, but it takes time. So there's probably more people here than have seen my YouTube so
Okay,
far.
so after this, everyone go watch his YouTube. So talk about this.
Yeah, so the new plan, right? Because I'm a mutant. I'm going to San Francisco for the T100 race here in 2 weeks, and then Monday morning I woke up and I said, hey to my fiance, hey Laura, like I see there's this Ironman here in Australia, and I checked, and there's, I can fly, direct from San Francisco to Brisbane, and then one other flight, and then I could go do an Ironman and try and qualify for Kona the next weekend. And I go, what do you think? And I thought for sure she was going to say, absolutely no way. You're not leaving home again for another week. And she goes, that sounds like a great idea. And so then we decided right then and there, okay, let's do this. And then, booked the flights, and now I'm going to Australia for an Ironman.
Nice. That's going to be super awesome to race down there. And so how long before? So San Francisco, I'm looking at the calendar.
2 weeks. San Francisco is 2 weeks from tomorrow, and then the Ironman's 3 weeks from tomorrow, basically. So then I for sure, had that moment of like, oh my gosh, have I actually been preparing for an Ironman? Like, because I haven't been thinking. In fact, everyone who's asked me, I'm like, absolutely no way I'm not doing an Ironman this year. That's what I've told everyone. No way I'm not doing it. I've got other goals, other priorities. So now I have 2 days to train for an Ironman, being tomorrow and Sunday. So I got a nice 5.5 hour ride and an hour run off tomorrow, and then a nice 21-mile run on Sunday, and then I'm good.
Dude, judging by your Strava numbers, I think you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You're doing like 130-mile bike rides.
That's actually it's actually all by design, because that's the problem. Every other time I've done an Ironman, because my idea of preparing for a 70.3 is already like enormous amounts of volume and intensity, and then I do an Ironman and I think I need to like run around the world before it, and then I actually get tired. So that's the whole point, that I go in basically doing what I do for 70.3.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was gonna have to wait a long time. You said I think he changed his tune, which is good, because we have other goals. We have other goals for Mr. Sam Long here.
Did you see this comment from Bill a couple of weeks ago on your YouTube channel? Yeah. He commented to me that I'm going to have to wait a long time to see that.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can see you in other places that are tropical as well after Australia. So
no, I think he means Kona. Bill, do you mean Kona?
No, I meant this one. This was the Kona one.
Oh,
love to watch you at Kona. Crush it in Australia. That's from Hunter.
Yeah, let's hope I make it. Let's hope I get it done.
Yeah, hope is not a strategy. I used to have an old boss that said that. Hope is not a strategy. So I know you can do it if your mindset is right. I know you're going to have plenty of fans cheering for you. They might have an accent, but stay away from the Fosters and the Vegemite, and you'll probably be fine.
Yeah, actually, it's quite fun to travel all around the world, because people say yo 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 different in all the cultures with their language. So we'll see how the Australians say it this time.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we need to make a big contingency down there. So Sam, young Sam Long, everybody, you heard it here first, and that was that Pro Tri News comment. I love those guys, obviously. Well, I only really know one of them. I only know Talbot. I love Talbot, also a new father. So it's pretty. I gotta rub it in. We're just like, what we're doing here is just kind of fun. We're not serious. We don't have I have some Skull Candy headphones. That's my whole studio, which is pretty cool. But yeah, man. God, check. I'm sorry. I'm reading some of these. Nick Logan, yes, bro. Sam, yo. All these comments coming in. I mean, we're gonna be in Kona this year. It's gonna be big. So hopefully lots of you guys are out there. Speaking of which, if you have qualified for Kona, if you're a gentleman and you have qualified for Kona already, please let your team captain know, as well as the 70.3 Worlds in New Zealand. Please let your team captains know. We are doing special kits again for this year. If you guys opt into them, if you want a special kit for your special huge day, put your name on it just so you can look like Sam. Sam, you get into Kona, we got to do a dark side kit redesign, just to kind of island it up a little bit for the special day. How I mean, you race a lot, right? So I know you've done a testing. This is we'll end on this, but how I've talked to Matt Hansen about this quite a bit. He's a real data numbers guy. But how many like races do you think you get out of your race kit before you feel like it's not as tight or is not as aero? Because I mean, it only lasts, you're putting that thing through the paces pretty hard. So,
Yeah, I guess I'd say maybe 5. That's what I'd say, roughly. 5 races.
Switch it out. Okay, cool.
What does Matt say?
Who does what say?
Matt Hansen say. How many races does he say?
I think he said I think he was right, maybe 4.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 or 5.
Yeah, he had done some testing on it because, I mean, the fabrics, it can only do so much. And once it starts losing that, I mean, most people, you guys kind of know how to wear it well. And I guess not all the pros, but a lot of age groupers, and we see this a lot, especially at expos when people are asking what their size is. And you want the kit to fit. I mean, that fabric stretches really well, but I mean, you want that kit to fit as tight as possible without being uncomfortable, because that's when you're going to get the most advantage of using a full sleeve race kit for the aerodynamics and all that kind of cool stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like mine, we made so tight that on the bike it zipped up, but basically that's why it's always zipped down on the run, because it's so tight that it's basically uncomfortable to run in with it zipped up.
Yeah. The boss is look, man, you're so popular. The boss is chiming in for this.
He wanted to hear the news. He wanted
Facebook
to hear the breaking
Live.
news.
Yeah. We're breaking record before Pro Tri News. Yes. Also, Nice women, please tell your captains. I usually ask the Ironman people for a list of names for Team Zooters that are racing these events, so we could send out information. But sometimes some of you guys, I'm looking at you guys that don't have your Ironman profile linked up to Team Zoot. If it's not linked up to Team Zoot, I cannot. I can't say the information because I don't know you're doing it. So, please make sure your Ironman profile is linked up and you tell your captains. And for those of you guys who don't know, the reason why we ask you guys to make sure your team, your club team on your Ironman profile is associated with Team Zoot is so they have a really cool club program. It gives us all the free entries that we raffle off at the beginning of the year. So do that as well. That goes for you too, Sam. Maybe the elite points will go to Team Zoot.
I always see that in the registration, but can I log points for us?
Hell yeah, let's go, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's put it on there. Yeah, I mean, you're part of Team Zoot, so let's go. Let's do it. So anyway, Adam is going to be racing Kona, so congrats, Adam. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys there. We're gonna have a good time in Kona, and hopefully do some swims, and we'll go from Manhattan's. You tell Les that we're going Mai Tais. Say Mark says,
yeah. We're definitely going.
We're going Mai Tais post race. We're going to bring it home because there hasn't been a U.S. world champion since Tim DeBoom.
2001 or 2002 it might have been.
Yeah, he won 2 years in a row, I believe.
Yeah, it was 2001 and 2002. Yeah.
So that's been over 20 years. So it's been quite a long time. Let's try to bring it back to the U.S. We've came close before, but we haven't won. So anyway, so Sam,
I saw the text. Laura just texted Les. He said, "Hey Les, they're talking about you on the Zoot live stream. You're gonna be famous now."
Yeah, and if you see Les post race, if you see Sam's future father-in-law post race, then you guys could buy him a Mai Tai, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but you're putting the carriage in front of the horse. I gotta qualify first. I'm not like all these other studs here who are already qualified.
I got faith in you, my boy. So
okay,
let's go. Yeah, we harness the dark side in Australia. You got to bring the dark side down under.
Yeah,
dark side down under.
Actually, that's got a good theme to it. That can be my campaign. # dark side down under.
That's right. That's why they pay me the big bucks, baby.
Yeah, we know you're there, Sean. We know you're there, Sean.
So Sam, always good. And by the way, you guys, Sam did. I'll just break this to you, and I'm as much of a fan as anyone is. But Sam FaceTimed me yesterday. I was making dinner. There he is. There he is. Sam FaceTimed me as I was making dinner last night, and told me the news that he's gonna try to qualify in Australia. And like, I didn't express it as much, but like I was legitimately so fired up to hear that news, because just like all of you guys, in whether it's in triathlon or your personal life or your work life or whatever you're doing, like I truly want the best for you guys. Like I hope you guys like crush it. Like Meg's on this. We'll talk about Meg again, so she's commenting again. But like, you know how happy I was to like see on her Instagram story that she had like a great race in Chattanooga. Like, and like I want you guys to win at life. And that goes for everyone, and you, Sam, as well. So like, you know, when I hear all the great news, I love all the tri stuff too, but like I really love it when it's like, we're pregnant, we gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, we're moving to a house, like all that stuff is perfect. So keep going, you know, and let's keep this kind of community going, because it's pretty awesome. So we'll keep building it, and you know, hopefully you'll have a lot more people cheering you on, Dark Side Down Under. So all right, Sam, send your love to the family. All you guys have a great Memorial weekend, and we'll catch up. We'll catch up next week. All right, Ceramic Speed's coming on next week, I think, guys. So bring your tech questions for those guys. We'll get everyone hooked up on some chains.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hook me up on that one.
Oh yeah, all right. Don't worry, I'll wax your chain at home, dude. I got some stuff. What's up? Let's go for it. All right, thanks, Sammy. Have a good one, everyone. Peace out.
Have a great weekend.